Guys, we just came back from the march. I am super tired, but I'm about to render one of these videos. I did a ton of interviews, so I'm gonna break this thing up into a couple of different videos because you don't want to be watching a 2.5-hour video. But I wanted to do a quick preface to this video because I know a lot of the people that I interviewed today are gonna be watching this. And I want you guys to know, if you are watching, I don't disrespect you as a person. But I think we all need to come to terms with the fact of what really happened at this March for Our Lives event, March for Our Lives event, which really essentially was March Against Our Rights. You marchers marched against your rights today. So here's the real quick takeaway. The three things that they wanted to enact was ban assault weapons, ban high capacity magazines, and institute universal background checks. Now, one of the questions that I asked was, do you trust government? And then I would ask a couple of questions in between, and then I would come back to the do you trust government question. Now, when I asked, do you trust government, nobody said they trusted government. One person said that she did, and I said, on a scale of 1 to 10, how much do you trust government? And she said a 2. So essentially, the person who said that she trusted government really doesn't trust government either. I would ask multiple questions about why they were here, what they were doing, and every one of them said, we want politicians to enact common sense gun regulations, gun control laws. So then later on down the line, I would ask them, so you want gun control? Yes, we want gun control. Okay, who do you want to control the guns? And you could see the wheels turning in their mind as they came face to face with the inconsistency in their own hearts and the inconsistency according to what they had just previously said, that they don't trust government. Because they're out there marching to have the government take away their rights, but it's a government they don't trust. So why would you ask somebody that you don't trust to take away your rights? It's insanity. There is no logical answer for that. And I want you guys, if you're watching, if I interviewed you, to know that it doesn't make sense. Think this through. You're marching down a street. You've already said you don't trust government, but you're asking government to enact laws that are not only going to take away my rights and the rights of every American, but they're also going to take away your rights. And who's the they that are going to take away your rights? People that you already admitted that you don't trust. Doesn't make any sense. The bottom line is, nobody has a higher claim over your life and property than you. To say that they do means to say that you think there's somebody on this planet that is somehow superhuman, that has some measure of authority higher than you when they're just a regular human being. And the second thing is, it's never right to initiate unjust force or violence on people who have done no wrong. And that's exactly what a legislative act is. That's exactly what a law is. All laws are backed by the threat of force from a government that you don't trust. So guys, if you enjoy this video, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell icon, give it a thumbs up, and share it with everybody you know. I wanted to add something quick to this video. I think the majority of the people out at the march today want to see an end to violence. Who doesn't? But the problem is they're acting from a base of fear. These people are scared, and they're scared of things they do not even understand. I've asked so many people, what is an AR-15? What is an assault style rifle? Not one of them could accurately tell me the difference between a full auto and a semi-auto. Not one of them could tell me what an assault weapon actually was in their minds, or what an AR-15 was, or what the characteristics are. And anytime you have a group of people acting out of fear instead of from a basis of fact and logic and common sense. I mean, they're calling for common sense gun regulations, but they lack common sense because they're fearful. I just wanted to throw that in there because I really believe that their hearts are in the right place, but they're acting from fear and not from facts. What are you guys out here for?
All this nonsense about trying to arm teachers is just absurd to me. I mean, what we need is less guns in schools instead of having more guns in the schools because that's just an accident waiting to happen.
Okay, is this something you've always thought, or is this just a recent thing since Parkland?
No, this is definitely something that I've always felt, but the idea of just the mere idea of trying to arm teachers in our schools, that's actually something that's being contemplated is ridiculous.
Okay, so you're out here just to voice your protest about the idea of arming teachers. Anything else?
We need to do something about banning assault rifles in general because the general public has no need to even have assault rifles. You know, I understand the argument with the Second Amendment, but that does not even take into consideration assault rifles. I mean, handguns is something completely different, but the assault rifles need to go.
Do you have any idea how many people were killed by all rifles combined, say in 2016?
I don't know the number off the top of my head. I don't know that number off the top of my head.
How about handguns?
Not individually, I don't know.
Okay, so according to statistics, 7,100 people died through being shot by a handgun, and only 374 died by rifles. So are you in favor of banning handguns as well?
I am in favor of that, but I don't think that would ever happen with the Constitution the way it's written.
Right.
But if I had it my way, yes, I would ban them all individually.
What do you want us to embrace?
Change. I just want everybody to love each other, to know that we can all do this together. We don't have to have guns and wait for an apocalypse. And, you know, basically just we can do this. So we can
Is there an apocalypse threatening?
You know, everybody's sitting in their homes with their assault rifles, you know, trying to protect, you know, their families. But we can really protect everybody by doing this, by doing the big movement.
What specific change are you looking for?
Just a complete ban on assault rifles. I don't think any civilians need them except for military and police officers.
You could potentially literally be talking to millions of gun owners right now.
Oh,
would
absolutely.
you? And who own assault weapons? What would you say to them right now?
They don't need them. They
you-
don't need them.
So you want to create a law that's going to make them a criminal for holding something that they didn't harm anybody with?
Yes,
You want them to be criminalized?
absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Would you-
There's no need for them. If they want to go hunt, they can have a shotgun. They can do it in controlled settings. If they want to go shoot something like more than a shotgun, then they can go to a gun range where everything is controlled. It's in a controlled setting. They don't need to have it on a personal concealed weapon license and have it anywhere else outside of those settings.
So we're talking about you're for government control.
I'm for government control. Yeah.
Do you trust your government that much?
No, I don't. I mean, I don't trust them that much, but I do think that this is a step in the right direction.
Got the propaganda going on the Jumbotron screens. I don't know who the chick is that was just up there, but she said if they give us a bump stock ban, if they give us an inch, we'll take a mile. And that is the concern of every gun-owning American. In a nutshell, straight from their own mouths. So do you have any personal views about the issues?
Well, I'm a huge Second Amendment supporter. I don't think we should go take extreme measures to try to prevent school violence because there's always going to be violence no matter where you go. We just need to have, I think we should, our educators should have more, be armed in the classroom so it can maybe prevent it in case it breaks out.
Right.
Because if you don't have anyone that's armed, you just have a lot of sitting ducks in there. We don't want that. Like the guy that was outside of the school in Florida, he was a coward. He ran away. Anyone that had a pair and knew how to took their duty seriously, they would have gone in there and taken care of business and give it. Yeah, they would have been overpowered with an automatic rifle, but still, I would have gone in there and give it my all. So you just can't take out all armed guards and think that that'll make us all safer, because obviously it won't.
What brings you out here today?
What brings me out here today is I have a 7-year-old and he's in school, and I want to make sure that politicians and I want to make sure that Congress hears us loud when they tell us that we need action. We need for them to protect the kids that's in school. We need them to care. We need them to protect kids, not guns.
Are you generally a person who trusts politicians?
No.
Okay, that's fair enough.
No.
I don't either. So what kind of laws or reforms would you want to see them make that would make you feel safer?
The laws that I would like for them to push most definitely is they need to regulate guns more. I don't think that no person needs to own an AR-15 to be able to, protect themselves. No person should be able to murder a mass amount of people within minutes. We do not need guns that has that type of capability, and they need to regulate those type of laws that can ban people from buying those type of guns.
Okay. Would you be for banning? You'd be for banning assault rifles then?
Yes.
Okay. Would you be for banning handguns?
No. I actually would. And now, if you have a handgun, you know, that's perfectly fine. I feel like everyone has the right to protect themselves, but to be able to murder a mass amount of people within minutes, you know, 17 people you're talking about in less than 5 minutes, that needs to be, you know, regulated. Something needs to be done about that.
Okay, let me give you a statistic and I want to get your reaction. Over 80% of mass shootings are carried out with handguns.
You know, that is shocking.
Guys, don't forget to hit the subscribe and notification button for all my daily uploads. Okay, what brings you out here?
The kids.
And what do you want to see changed?
I want to see.
Let's hold your sign up. Here's the sign.
Okay, here's my sign.
Let me put it a different way. If you could snap your finger and just enact a law right now, how would that law read?
The law would read a complete ban on assault weapons.
Do I support banning weapons that fire off 150 rounds in 7 to 8 minutes, weapons that are weapons of war that serve no purpose other than killing the maximum number of people they can? You bet I am.
Okay.
Heavy-duty background checks.
We need to have universal background checks.
And making sure that people who have mental issues are taken care of long before it gets to the point where they can even look at a gun.
Okay, how about high-capacity magazines?
Nope, don't need them. What do you need them for?
What would you take the bullet limit down to in a magazine?
Enough to go deer hunting.
In your estimate, 5, 3?
Maybe 5, not more.
Okay.
What does it take to reload a gun? 2 minutes? Unless you're killing people, why do you have to reload quickly?
Now, that's okay. What would you say to the millions of people out there who own, say, an AR-15?
I would ask them, why do you need an AR-15? Who are you shooting? You're not shooting deer with it. You're not shooting bears with it. You're not going duck hunting. What are you doing with an AR-15? It's only good for one thing. Even the inventor said it was his answer to the AK-47. It's a weapon of war.
Weapons that are weapons of war.
It's not something that you should have in your house and rip people to shreds with because you got a bug up your butt.
You are 10 times more likely to be killed by a teen driver who's texting while driving than you are to be killed by any kind of rifle, including an assault-style rifle.
Okay.
Would you be for instituting banning cell phones for anybody under the age of 21?
Banning cell phones under the age of 21? No, because you have to look at it.
Because this is about saving life, right?
Right.
This 4,015 people died at the hands of teens texting while driving last year alone.
Right.
And only 323 died from all rifles.
Right.
Would you be for taking cell phones out of the hands of teens? No? Why not?
Because ultimately I feel like that's something that needs to be, you know, obviously addressed separately. Those two things can most definitely be addressed and be taken care of. I feel like right now we're focused on, you know, this situation, this issue.
Guys, I have many more interesting conversations coming up from the March for Our Lives event that I'll put in subsequent videos. Subscribe to the channel, hit the bell notification icon for all my daily uploads. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up and share it with everybody you know. Today's featured shirts are ban assault chainsaws, ban fully automatic power drills, and rooted in logic, not ruled by emotion. I'm adding new designs every week, so check back often. Your shirt purchase helps the channel grow. I'll see you guys in my next shadow banned demonetized video.